Oh. Whoa, that sounded like... How did you do that?
Girl, I don't know. I just do shit. It happens. I don't think
I've ever heard somebody make that sound.
Oh.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta.
I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who also wants to know, haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? Today's guest is an unapologetic rock bitch. You know her from Dragula. It's the one and only Cynthia Doll.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Oh my God.
The whole audience is here to see you.
I know, bitch. You literally brought a whole fucking parade. Like, LA is here showing up for me right now.
Right.
This
They
is
had to.
Jackie. Thank you so much. And I'm so excited to meet you, girl.
I'm so excited that you're here. We had so many plans. The two of
Yes.
us had plans
Yes,
over
girl.
the winter. We were going to do a live show,
Yeah.
and then life happened. I mean,
it's crazy. I think the breakout moment of Titans really worked in my favor, and my life is just leveling up consistently, and I'm very proud of that. And so, like, being able to be here with you after all this, like, planning, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I'm grateful. I am such a fan. I love all of the Dragula seasons. I love everyone individually. I love seeing their interactions.
Yeah.
There was something extra magical about this particular season where everyone just sort of shined in an interesting way, or you saw different parts of people.
Yeah.
But I could always rely on you every episode to give me a breakdown, to give me this is what's happening. I know it's happening. And I'm still doing me.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the one thing. Like, there's a lot of people that would go on like television. They would like have kind of some regrets. But the one thing about me, it's like, would I do this? Would I say this? Like, it's like, I just gotta do me and be very unapologetic about it. Like, if I do me, I can't be upset with how things turn out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm behind that.
Well, and I love that you are unapologetic, but you're also accountable because
Yeah.
throughout the season, especially this last particular one, you would say, "Fine, I was in my feelings, I was in the moment. This is how I felt."
Yeah.
I'll tell you that maybe I took it the wrong way, or took it this way, or took it that way. But you're human at
That's
the
it. And I think a
bottom
lot
of
of people
this.
forget that you make mistakes.
Yes.
And it's like a lot of people that will judge you on like making mistakes. They need to do some reflection in the mirror because we all make mistakes. And as like a learning person, I think, school cannot prepare me for life. They didn't prepare me to buy a house, to write a check, anything like that. So anything after school, I was like consistently just learning about the real life. And I'm proud of that because not only do I get to learn about it, I get to learn about it through other people that are also in the same community as me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I just learned through my peers, and I like to listen, but I also love talking. So and expressing my feelings, and that's just, I don't know.
I love it. Well, people can tell you love what you do.
Yeah, I do.
And what you do as a visual artist, as a performance artist, but also we were talking a little bit ago about this morning when I was getting ready, was listening to your music and decided I was going to listen. We were listening from the beginning to the end and getting a vibe from each of the songs.
Yeah.
But producing music is not brand new to you.
No. I've been doing that. I was a self-taught music producer in 6th grade. Something that I love. I look at music as art. Art is like for the ears. So sometimes when people are like, oh, this person can't sing, or this person uses auto-tune. Auto-tune does something to my ears that gives me that chill when someone is live singing. You know what I mean? So to me, I just was so invested in sounds and making things just different. 6th grade, I got computer and like software and just started doing all these plugins and just playing around with that. And I love albums. because people don't listen to albums anymore. They listen to singles, and that's just it. But when you listen to a project from start to finish, you really get the whole entire vibe of it. It just makes things more cohesive, I guess. So thank you for listening, girl. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's really, really great. But you were introduced to the internet in a way that not everybody else was.
No, girl. I was like, yeah, no, I grew up like 5 years old. We had internet, and this was like what, 1996, where not many people had like internet. Like, they didn't really have access. We had dial-up, and who I am as a person is very inspired by the things that I would find on the internet, because the real world outside of like the internet is kind of like bleak. It's, you know, it's almost like gray toned, and going on the internet, my world was so colorful and it was inspiring, and that's where I think like I got all my inspiration from, for sure.
And was some of this bootlegged from your grandmother?
Yeah, oh yes. Okay, yeah. If anybody wants to, you know, get not a cease and desist, anybody wants to sue, no. 5 years old, my grandmother downloaded Napster. And she taught me. I was 5 years old. We got internet in my household. I was illegally downloading music on Napster. And and then burning the CDs. Like, that became like such a big thing. And I think once my grandma showed me the doorway, I made it my whole portal. Like, I just kept going deep into the internet. So the things that I seen, I'm a little traumatized by. But you know, I just love the internet. And now, like, having like an audience, I get to have an audience with it.
Right.
It's the full circle. I love the internet.
Can you remember the last time you had to burn a CD?
No.
Isn't it weird? Because there was a day where we just stopped burning CDs. We were like, this will be the last CD I ever burn. And we didn't know it.
Or like the last time you listened to a cassette. The last time you watched a VHS.
Like, it took me forever to start leaning into and then doing a flash drive, because for a moment everybody was doing a flash drive, but that didn't last that long, because then it was just like, girl, just mail the music.
Yes, email.
Just email your music.
Yeah. I mean, like, I forgot about flash drives. I hated the era of flash drives.
Right.
I would leave it at the gig, and I don't mean to, and then, like, you know, I'd have to go and buy a new one.
Every single time.
Girl. And then, like, you could literally just take some at the bar because everybody leaves their USBs.
Right.
Like,
it was like a lighter. It's like you find somebody's lighter and you're like, I didn't steal your lighter. You just didn't get it back from me.
Exactly. And also, like, a lighter's $2 versus a USB was like $50. Yeah. It just, drag, I just leave my droppings everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah. What are you wearing? It smells so good.
Oh, bitch, what am I wearing?
Oh, it's
Rado?
really
What is it
good.
called?
Mojave Ghost.
Mojave Ghost.
Oh,
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, thank you, Mama.
The second you came in. Yeah, it wasn't overwhelming, but it was like, it came with you.
Yeah. Oh, I come all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a grinder girly, a scruff sweetie? Maybe you could be a sniffy sweetheart?
Okay.
Who are you?
I never really had like my hoe phase. I met the love of my life when I turned 21.
Oh,
and we have been married for 6-7 years now and been together for 11.
I love this.
I built towers in Kansas City, and it truly is like my home.
You really did mean that when you said that.
Yeah, I do. I love him so much. Like, he's an artist of his own. And just meeting him and being able to see the love for his projects really wanted me to get invested in something for myself. And that's when I created Cynthia. And so, like, he just watched me build my towers, and he has always been just very impressed. And I remind him all the time, like, you are the reason why I'm doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that work for you as two creative people? I mean, especially when you are, you're just being on the most recent season, you're traveling a lot. How do you strike that balance?
It's really, really hard because what he does as an artist and what I do as an artist are kind of two completely different things. But it's hard on him sometimes. Like, you know, when you're dating another artist, you kind of compare where you're at on like careers. And I just kind of always remind him, like, I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for you, you know? Like, I think just letting him know, like, how important he is and making sure, like, hey, if I take on this project that's going to last 2 months, are we able to do this? Like, realistically, I always want to go to him first before I do anything. You know what I mean? And I think he really values that.
Yeah, that's important. A lot of people don't talk about that because a lot of people aren't in that sort of relationship situation. I'm in a relationship with a creative person as well.
Yeah.
And so when I ask, in jest, are you a scruff sweetie? Are you it's like for some people traveling or whatever, if you're young and you're have a good time, enjoy that. But for many of us, we're settled down people.
Yeah.
And we enjoy that.
Yeah.
But again, when you work with a creative person, like I wouldn't be doing anything I'm doing without my partner. And
Exactly.
this understanding and giving me that space. And even with a tour, the time when we were supposed to be working together, when you're away from home, you think to yourself like, oh, I should be at home doing this. I should be home doing that. But and there's an understanding between the two of you that this is how our lives are.
Yeah. And also, like, I think it comes to a point like, we're very comfortable with what we are. Like, I think, if he wanted to get a boyfriend while I was away, go for it. Like, you are a grown ass adult. I don't want to take away from your happiness. You know what I mean? While I'm busy over here, and if you wanted something, you are able to go and get it. You are a grown adult. We are comfortable in our relationship. I don't have anything, against that. I want to make sure that everybody is happy in my life, just because it is such a hard world, and two people can come together even if you are two different sides of the world. Does that make sense?
What if it was a girlfriend and it was me?
Period. Okay, great. I'm sure I would wake up to the best coffee in the morning.
Oh, I love
my
that.
dishes will be done.
I love that.
You give the girl that's like, oh, I just did fresh laundry, but you'd have to be in the Midwest.
But I like that. You know why I love the Midwest? Every dish is a salad. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Very Delta is sponsored by Roe. Seeking healthcare isn't always about physical health. It also impacts how people show up at work, in relationships, and with themselves. And that's why so many people are choosing Roe. Roe makes it simple to get started on a weight loss journey with their free insurance checker or cash pay options, helping those who qualify for medication regain confidence and start feeling like themselves again. Roe wants to help people lose weight. That's why they have the lowest cost options out there, whether you're paying with insurance or cash. Their free insurance checker sends you a comprehensive report of your coverage details so you can make a decision that's right for your goals. And even if you don't have insurance coverage, Roe offers cash pay options for more affordable FDA-approved GLP-1s. These cash pay options ship right to your door with no pharmacy visits required. Roe can help you understand whether GLP-1s are right for you and your goals, but that's just the beginning. When you become a Roe member, you'll have ongoing support, including access to a provider on demand for any questions. Join the over 1 million people who've trusted Roe to check their coverage for free. Go to roe.co/delta for your free insurance check. That's ro.co/delta to see if your insurance covers GLP-1s for free. Go to ro.co/safety for boxed warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medications. Nothing hits like a home-cooked meal. The aroma, the sizzle, the feeling that you are doing something elevated in your own kitchen, and HelloFresh makes it effortless. In my household, we're making dinner for our entire family, and HelloFresh makes it so easy to pull everyone together. Even on a chaotic weeknight when nobody knows what they want and everyone is starving, you can choose from over 100 recipes every single week. We're talking flavors from all over the world, cozy comfort meals, bright, fresh dishes that shake you out of that winter slump. It's options, it's range, it's taste. And the portions? Generous. Nobody is fighting over the last bite. And that's what I call a successful evening. If you're trying to keep it high protein and high standards, HelloFresh has you covered. You can choose from more than 35 high protein recipes every week, including Mediterranean and GLP-1 friendly options. Yes, please. I love HelloFresh, and I know you will too. Go to HelloFresh.com/VeryDelta10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife, a $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as a discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. We are back with Cynthia Dahl. Now, this is the part of the show where I like to ask people if there's anything going on in your travels, in a food menu, in anything, a small fish that you want to fry, a
Yes.
behavior that you've noticed.
Yes. The food does not taste the same
Okay.
when I was younger. Like,
okay.
things are changing and it's just not what it used to be. Like, back then, we used to have everything colorful. Like, if you look at McDonald's,
Yes.
like, it used to be this golden arch, and now it just looks like a business company.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything's boring to look at now.
Right.
Like, it just seems like the world is like, just took out all the color, like all the colors. Of the world.
Plain.
It's boring, and I just that is my biggest frish. I need to my frish. I need to fry.
Frish.
It's a frying frish.
Well, it's fresh. It's fresh fish. And a fresh fish. Can you imagine a fresh fish fricassee?
I love the frish and frishies.
I like that. And I like Cafe Fish Francais.
I heard about her. I never met her, but I did see her one time in LA.
And we hold the space for it.
Oh, that's where we're holding.
You know what's not the same either? French fish fries. Fries are not the same.
No, the potatoes of the fish fry.
They're
is
never
just,
the same.
It's not. It's like they're frying the same fish at the same time, and it just does not taste the same.
Take a little more pride in your French fries.
You know what I'm saying? You undermeant what I said, yeah.
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 I can't. Yeah, food has changed. I saw this thing, and I sometimes I'll see shit on the internet and I'll save it or I'll bookmark it and I'm going to go back and read that in a little bit and then I'll forget.
Yeah.
So I got to remember where it was.
Yeah.
But basically it was this article about how in the 80s and 90s, companies would advertise and the advertisements were works of art.
Yes.
Right? So you would look at something like a McDonald's ad with the Mac tonight and all of that. And it was a visual piece of art. Now it's like, this is $4. Come buy it.
That's it. Yeah, no, literally. And then the toys, like literally the toys, hello. And it's like
they would move and do things.
Girl. And now it's just like pieces of paper that you put together that's flimsy and like flammable. And it's just like, I don't know, like whatever happened to Easy Bake? Like now everything is just so electric when it used to be a whole gas stove for 8-year-olds. Like bring back things that get destroyed.
Yes. Bring back the danger of advertisement.
Yes!
I want my food to be dangerous.
You know what I mean? If it's not dangerous, what's the appeal about it?
Right.
If there's nothing that like, oh, I might hurt myself doing that, why do it?
Right.
Does that make,
Yes, it makes sense. What are you talking about? Does it make sense? Of course
I don't know. Sometimes
sense.
I just like say things and they come out differently, but I think of them different. I don't know.
Well,
I have a great way of words.
I think we could think tank so many things together because it rolls.
That's what it is.
Into other ideas.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a question for you because we're talking about food. Fuck, marry, kill. Jimmy John's Subway Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
How? What?
I think we're killing Subway.
Okay.
Because
I'm with you.
The flavors of Subway are just bland.
Okay.
I haven't had that in forever. I've never had Mike. But he could come in my mouth anytime.
Okay.
I think we'll go ahead and marry Mike.
Okay.
Never had him, but I'm sure he's a great guy. And then we'll fuck Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go to a sub sandwich type of place or what kind of sandwich are you getting?
Oh, girl. I'm getting like a veggie.
Okay.
I want all the lettuce. I want like my lettuce to be like my meat. It's thick lettuce. I want mayonnaise. I want spicy jalapeno peppers. I want banana peppers. I'm not a big fan of tomato. It's a little too juicy for me. If I wanted to, vinaigrette and like what's another like powder, like a salt, pepper,
like
oregano. Love oregano. I don't know why. And then like throw in some cilantro. I just love a good veggie sandwich on wheat bread, of course. Yeah. What about you?
Well,
Like,
would you do chips with that or no chips?
depending on the chip, I love me a good baked chip, like a jalapeno baked chip.
Mhm.
I know that you are a Diet Coke girly,
Yeah.
specifically with no ice, right?
No, well, right now I'm not doing anything with ice. Right now we are drinking everything with as little ice as possible.
Okay, literally.
But
We like it crushed around
here's
here.
my thing. I like Diet Coke.
Mhm.
But depending upon where I am, if the food is better, I'll just drink whatever they have.
You know what? Literally that. You
a
go
glass of
with it
water.
and not against it.
Have a glass of water.
Yeah. Oh, you're a monster.
You don't like it.
I can't do water.
What do you mean?
girl-
You can do it.
I mean, depending, someone gives me an Dasani, girl,
What about those flavor sticks for your water?
those are for the gays at the after party.
Oh, like electrolytes.
Yeah, can't do it.
No, I want the ones that just taste really sweet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just kind of like adds. I'd rather do an unsweet tea.
Okay.
If there was like, they'd be like, oh, is water okay? Unsweet tea.
I do like unsweet tea.
Oh, it's delicious.
I like the idea of sweet tea, but I don't want all that. I just want I want to put sweet and low in it.
Yes. No, literally that. I want to be able to control the sugars. 'Cause,
Right.
Whenever you just get, or do a half and half moment.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes if I get too sweet, it kind of ruins my appetite on my meal. Because I think I'm more of a salty girl versus a sweet girl.
What about a coffee place? What's your coffee order?
Oh, mama.
Okay.
My coffee order?
Yes, the whole thing.
Iced black coffee.
Okay.
6 shots of espresso.
Yes, she did.
That's it.
She did.
That's it.
She did.
Yeah. If I were to get like some foo-foo bullshit, like I need the energy.
Uh-huh.
Life is draining all of the energy from me, so I need to put it back into the world. And so I think that's where a lot of my energy comes from.
Mhm.
And I need the strong shit.
You need more. When was the last time you had a happy meal and cried?
Okay, every day. Life is my happy meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I've realized that things aren't that happy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a happy meal. So it's like a placebo. You tell yourself that things are okay, but in reality, they're not.
Well, it's a placebo.
A placebo is the best place. It's the best thing for a human body. It does a body good, girl.
How does one know? What would you do if you were like, say you're in the mirror, or I don't know where you would be, and you go, I see it. I have finally reached extraia.
Oh.
How would you know that?
I just open my mouth
Mm-hmm.
and people are like, you're fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at them like, you're boring. They say extra. No. We're not extra. We're going the extra long mile. We're making it extraia. And it's comes from my name, Zachariah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone says Zach. But like to drag it out, make it more. Everything's just boring.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you just make it more, it's just extraia.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? Like,
Yeah, because I almost think like if I say, because sometimes people go, is this very Delta? And I'll say, oh, that's extremely. Like, it's not even very. So I almost think Varaya. Varaya.
Varaya Deltaya.
Honey.
Bring it to the stage. That's your drag daughter.
I love it.
Yeah, same. And it's not only is she just very, but
Varaya.
she's extra. She's the most. She's beyond.
Like, I almost think, like, people say that, or Beyonce says that she has a character called Sasha Fierce. So when
Mhm.
she's feeling it, I feel like I need to be Varaya when
Varaya
I'm feeling
Deltaya.
it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When I'm feeling really pissed.
Just more.
More.
Because the world is giving nothing,
Right.
but we give it all.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And we are the
Extreme.
ones that are like fucking leading this. And the leaders need to be setting the example. Like, you're not in a box. No one's going to tell you how to live your life. Just do it. Just do it. Think of how more can I make this more outrageous? I don't know. I think making things, I'm very expressive. And I always had like a supportive people behind that. So
Mhm.
like they allowed me to be whatever it is, even if there's the good and the bad. Like you can't just be with someone just for the good. You have to go through the bad as well. So it's just like, just more everything.
Where does this come from? This, like, your old soul, your ability to be able to see things as clear as you do. Where does that come from?
Yeah. I think that just comes through experience. The things that I like been through in life, I feel very hard. So like, and when I say that, it's I'm such like an empath that I take on emotions. So hearing other people's stories, I feel like I've lived through that. Even though I obviously haven't, but I look deeper into like what people are telling me like through their experiences. So I feel like I've lived multiple lives, and I take that on as like a human being, and I try to remind myself that, you know, I'm not the only person going through this life. I have my own experiences, you have your own experiences, but you can learn from each other and become a better person to listen to other people.
Right.
Did I answer the question?
You did.
Oh, okay.
You did answer the question. I feel like in this same conversation, you know, a lot of times people will say, when we think about what we're doing or how we're contributing to life or what we want out of life, they'll go, well, it's not always about you. It's not always about you. You have to think about other people. And I always say, your life is fucking about you. It is about you. Doesn't mean that you can't think of other people. It doesn't mean you're not concerned about other people. But if you don't put your wants and needs and desires first, how could you even possibly be able to be concerned about anybody else?
It's so wild that you say this, because every single time I set people up. I'll be very, very open with that. I set people up whenever I see somebody and they're just kind of down on themselves. I just ask them, who's your number one in the world? They'll always say, like, my mom, my child. And I look at them, I say, that is the incorrect answer. Because you have to put yourself first. Nobody else in this world is going to put you first. You have to put yourself first, because if you're not good enough for yourself, how are you going to be able to be good for somebody else?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's just like, it's a lesson learned. Like, it's like philosophy. I just try and like preach the things that I learned that can make an impact on other people, because I didn't have necessarily too much of an impact. I don't know. I don't feel like I had that when I was like younger. Actually, I don't know where the fuck I'm going with that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, this is the idea. Is like there's philosophy and there's philosophy.
Philosophers, yes, and that's
and we strike a balance in the philosophers.
Okay, yeah, there has to be a balance in the philosophers,
right?
Yeah, I went to school for philosophers. Okay,
are we absolutely insane? I think so, and that's fine.
Yeah, insanity. I think that's the best way to live your life.
Well, extraia viria.
Deltaia.
Zachariah.
Verida.
Veritas.
Veritas. Ooh. Toss salad.
Let's take a break. Do you have something on your mind? Perhaps a burning question. Or maybe you just need me to go off about something. Well, now's your chance. Email me at readmedelta@gmail.com and you just might hear your question on an upcoming episode of Very Delta. Don't be shy, baby. Send me an email. We are back with Cynthia Dahl. Now, this is the part of the show that we call Read Me Delta. People send in their letters. They have questions.
Okay.
They are in quandary. They are in places where they need the advice, and we do our best to give it to them.
Oh. Okay.
Can I use your letter opener? Look what you have. Is that it's a knife.
Is it a knife?
I think so.
I mean, it's pretty sharp.
Anything is a knife if you work with it hard enough.
Oh, yeah. I can work with it. Yeah. Just stab it in there.
Stick it in.
Yeah. You know, sometimes. If it's as sharp as a knife. Oh, do I read it?
Well, you can.
Oh, I'm terrible at reading.
You don't want to read it? Okay. Dear Delta, an incredibly stunning guest. Longtime listener, first-time writer, I'm writing to you seeking your expert advice. I'm an avid drag show attendee, especially this past year. Recently, I've noticed some behaviors that leave me frustrated. Help! What are your thoughts on guests rushing to the stage to film performers, but not tipping? This behavior hit me right in the face last weekend. I went to one of my favorite drag spaces, Piranha in Las Vegas, and two straight presenting female guests got big mad when I scooted right beside them to tip the dolls. This stupid asshole took my spot, said one of these hussies. I turned right around and let them have it. I responded with, fine, take your spot back, but only if you're going to tip the dolls. They stood silent, rolled their eyes, and walked away. What are your thoughts? Please shed some light on proper tipping etiquette and behavior when at a drag show. Much love always. Very Ruby.
Tip everybody that you possibly can when you go to a bar, because the bar scene is, we are very, very much not just very Delta, but we are very struggling. So
We are.
Did I lie? Push them. Get them out of your fucking way. If you want to go up there and tip a drag entertainer, just be gracious around them. Push the bitch over. I don't know. Just do what you want.
I get where you're coming from, because I do notice there's something that I notice where okay.
I know. I took you so many different ways. I'm so sorry.
No, because because this comes off as like super privilegey, and I guess it is privileged, because I am privileged to be from a TV show and be able to travel and go places. But there are times when you're performing, like I'll be performing here at home at a local bar, and I'm doing a brunch show, or I'm doing what we normally do. And there will be people that will go, oh my gosh, I know that person from Drag Race or whatever. And they'll take the phones out and they'll start recording, and they'll look at you, and there'll be groups of them doing it. And you're like, nobody had $1.
Yeah.
And so then you'll notice that everyone's like, turn around, we want a picture, turn around.
Yeah.
And you think like, no shade, you're not obligated, but I see you showering everybody else with money, and you don't have your camera out. But then you take your camera out and you're like, I don't need to give you. I think sometimes people are like, oh, you must be getting paid so much money, we're not going to tip you. Or they think, I need this picture more than you need $1.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to take pictures with you.
Yeah.
I'll take pictures with whoever wants to take a picture. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Same.
But sometimes you're like, bitch, part of this culture is that this is what we're all doing together.
Yeah, this is that. Well, and that's where I come in like a scenario that's like, I have to look at their perspective and my perspective. You might be so into the fact that like I'm on stage and I'm in front of you, but when that camera's on me, I can look at the camera and say, all right, give me now's the time. I'm over here. I just got done doing the first minute and 30 seconds on stage. This is my time to collect my money, and like I'll take pictures with you and everything. But I remind them like, hey bitch, like I came out here to get your $1. If you want me to interact with you, like I have no problem saying like, hey bitch, give me $1. Like I'll take where's the money? I let them know, and it's like, you set the stage, you set the tone for the number.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you're saying, though, very Ruby, that you're spotting out, you're spotting that you want them to be part of the tipping culture as well. So, videoing, I think because they're also in Las Vegas, there's so much tourism there that maybe the tourists are not aware of that culture. They're not aware that that's kind of a thing. So I don't think that we necessarily always see that at 11 o'clock at night show in your hometown.
Yeah.
Because mostly the people that are coming out are like, well, no, we get what's going on.
Oh, exactly.
So,
but that also gives an opportunity like, hey, bitch, I'm an expert. Give them $1. Like, if they don't know how to tip, give them the $1. So that way they have that $1 ready for the camera and everything. It's kind of like leading the example. So that they know in the future. Because no one's going to know if you have like an altercation. Like, you kind of have to teach these bitches because they don't know anything, but you do. Teach them the ropes. Like, I wouldn't know what to do going to a rave, but when someone gives me a piece of candy, like, they put this on your tongue. Oh, okay.
Right.
This is it. Not saying that. That's what I do.
Well, if you eat an orange slice, it'll activate everything too. So
the vitamin B12. That's
yeah, that's what you have to do.
The B12isms. Okay, yeah. Get the energy flowing.
Also, if you're gonna fucking videotape people, can you tag them in the video? And can you filter it, please? And turn the flash on, please?
And tag the bar.
And tag the bar?
Tag the bar. Do all of it. Think of the whole entire bigger picture. We're not just painting on nothing. We have a canvas. We have the holder.
Why? Please.
I just want to.
Dear Delta and sexy ass guest. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Do you love planets like me? I'm a science fiction double feature girly raised on fog machines, alien prosthetics, and absolutely no budget. And I simply must know, what do you think drag looks like on Mars? Are we talking queens with 3 heads and 0 tucks, antennas instead of wigs? And most importantly, is Earth drag even allowed on Mars? Please advise. I need answers before I'm abducted. Love you lots. Baron from planet Earth.
Baron.
What does it look like?
Baron, don't limit yourself. 3 heads seems very limiting, seems like very what they want you to think.
Right.
These brains could be filled with polluted air, and somehow those have cells, and that created the human. Or not the human, that created the creature. Anything. What is Mars made out of? Like, is it like moon dust? The sun, like, what's that made out of? I don't know. Just think of anything like clay, you know? Like when you play with clay, you mold it into whatever it is, but that's like what you're utilizing around you. I don't necessarily, their drag there, like especially if we're looking at like your typical alien that we know of, you know, big head. I don't know, they probably have a big head somewhere else.
Well, if they wore wigs, they definitely couldn't get away, I don't think, with one wig. It would always have to be a double wig.
Oh, you think double?
I think a double would make it just big enough for proportion.
Yeah.
You probably need at least 4.
Yeah, at least 4. And honestly, like their drag probably is like, their hair is probably imported from Earth and it's human hair. And they're just like laughing at all of us, you know?
Right. I think they're probably very specific about like not just the hair. Like they probably have like imported ass hair.
Oh my God. That's what I'm wearing right now.
Imported ass hair.
Yes, from
Right.
Mars.
And that's why I could smell it when you sat down. It was chair air.
Yes.
No, I smelled it. It smelled good. It smells
yeah,
really good.
Yeah, your chair's great.
Well, it's the ghosts of guests past.
Oh, you know,
we only bring people on the show that wash their ass. That's why the couch never stinks.
Yeah, no, and I literally not only just that, but like ass hairs. Ass hairs is, I'm glad that we got on this subject. I love me some ass hairs. Like I love twirling around it with my tongue. It gives me something extra to do.
Right.
You know?
Well, and this is the thing is not everybody has time to floss. So if you do that, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they douche on Mars.
They do. Imagine a really long. Have you ever had a wig hair caught in your butt crack and it was like this long and it was a full wig hair?
And you pull it out.
And you're like, is that my ass? No, that's not my ass. There's no hair on my ass.
Yeah,
What is this?
It's just, and then it's like stuck in the hole. And as you pull it out, you're like, just me? Or do you get,
Well, because here's the thing. If you ingest a wig hair and then digest the wig hair, when it comes out, if it comes out of your butt and you pull on it, wouldn't that like sever? Because it would cut on the inside. You would feel yourself slice.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the feeling of that?
Oh, that's the only feeling I ever get.
And you'd be like, I'm bleeding.
Oh my God,
I'm bleeding.
The fucking time. You know,
oh my God.
I'm open to anything.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, when I used to wear press-ons, girl, one accidentally I was like taking it off and I accidentally inhaled it.
And I would go through my bag and I would look for a sanitary napkin for you. And you take that. And say just like that. You take that napkin.
Yeah.
Do you wear false nails sometimes? Those aren't false. Those are real ones.
No, yeah. I don't wear false nails anymore.
No.
I get my nails done. Anything that I can't do with my nails, I just use my tongue. It's just the part of drag. I go with it. Never. Also, I think we have so much that we have to like organize when it comes to drag. Like the wig, the lashes, making sure that you have hairspray, lash glue, nails. I don't have time for a nail to pop off.
Right.
I lose my shit. So I just get them done.
What's the cheapest you can remember a set of nails and the most expensive you think you've paid for a set?
Oh, I paid for a full set, like especially like now. I paid like $350 for a set of nails.
I believe it.
But when I first started getting my nails done, they were $40. Now, $350, and it's not $350, but that's the most that I spent on like designs and stuff. But now it's probably a good $150.
Yeah.
But it's also a tax write-off.
Right.
Because
what are
my
taxes?
Taxes should be with representation. But you know, not in all cases, I guess. The taxes are It's that time of year.
It is.
I hate
It's
it.
the time of the month.
Oh, it's always the time of the month, girl. They're always testing me. America just loves to see me in agony.
Thank you for being here.
No, thank you
This
so
is so
much.
fun.
You are so fun. Thank you so much for having me, literally.
I can't wait to do this again.
And we
Either
will.
on the road
We
or
will.
we have to do something.
Yeah, tell Daniel, like, bitch, we're gonna take
know.
over Hard Candy.
I feel like we need to take over Hard Candy and go to like every city with it.
City, state, country.
What would we do at Hamburger Mary's Kansas City? I mean, would we do a full barbecue event? Would we do a vegetarian barbecue?
No, we can. Oh my God, the they thems would eat it up.
Yes.
Yeah, we would burn the city together.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it.
And just enjoy the brightness that we caused.
Mm-hmm.
In the
I like
world.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Extraia.
Go the extra mile.
Veraya.
Very. Deltaya.
We'll see you next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. I want to die!
Yes! Baby! She speaks my language.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.